Welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here. Today I've got all the latest transfer news for you over the last 7 days. All the potentially favourable transfers. None of this content is financial advice. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, then sign up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards, which of course you can now enter the academy with if you're a new player. Okay guys, without further ado, let's crack straight on with the last 7 days transfers and transfer rumours. So the first one is that Munir Chior has now signed for Başakşehir in the Turkish League. Now I think this is a good signing for Başakşehir, and Chior is one that I've purchased a while ago actually, because I think he's going to do really well at a better club. Başakşehir is certainly a better club than the last club that it was at, which is the team that finished bottom of the Turkish League last time out. But Chior still performed pretty well, and he did get some half decent scores considering he was playing for a poor team. And at his new club, I think he's going to certainly do a very good job. He's not going at too much of a higher price as well at the moment. Next up, another one of my players actually, Remy Cabella. He was of course playing for Montpellier last season on loan from Krasnodar. Now is officially signed for Lille in the French League 1. He signed a 1-year contract with an option of another season if he does perform. Last time Cabella was in the French League, he did absolutely fantastic, and also in the Russian League as well. Not too long ago he was playing some fantastic football, getting plenty of goals and assists as well. His price doesn't look too extreme at the moment, and is one who I've got high hopes for in the new season. As you can see from his scores in the last year, he's got some brilliant scores from some 90s and 100. Really good scorer, this guy. This was in the Russian League, don't forget, but I think he's capable of finding similar football in the French League 1. We've got news here as well that FC Seoul have acquired striker Ilyichenko from another K-League club, and that club of course was Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors. Ilyichenko now though, as I say, is signed for FC Seoul, and I think this is going to be a good move for Ilyichenko, where he's going to get more first team football. He is a forward card on Sorare, and he's not going at too much of a steep price at the moment as well, and looks to me another good option. And if we look at his score graph, we can see some good scores here, as you can see in this period here, where he was getting regular first team football and getting some absolutely brilliant scores. So I think he's definitely one worth considering for your squad. News here now of a goalkeeper signing, and that is that Lorient have signed Yvonne Mogo as their new goalkeeper. Now I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be the first choice goalkeeper for them, but judging by his price on Sorare, it looks like that is potentially to be the case with a floor price of 807. As we know, goalkeepers are in high demand at the moment, with common cards not being able to be used in the rare divisions from August. Now when he has played previously, he has got some good scores, as you can see here, for a goalkeeper, so it's definitely one worth considering, especially if he is going to be first choice for Lorient. Now news here that Luka Jovic has now signed for Fiorentina from Real Madrid. Now he has been a bit of an outcast over the last few years really. He did burst onto the scene and was scoring goals aplenty for his previous club, not Real Madrid, the one that he played for before them. He was getting some goals, assists, and he would have been a fantastic player on the Sorare scoring matrix as well at that time. Whether he can recapture that form of Fiorentina is yet to be seen. I think he does have some attitude problems in terms of his football career. He's gone potentially the wrong way in terms of his footballing ability, maybe not prioritise that, and that's obviously affected his time at Real Madrid. But can he turn things around at Fiorentina? That is yet to be seen, but he is, as I say, he has got a good style of play for the scoring matrix and could potentially do well at Fiorentina, but for me it is a little bit of a gamble at this stage. I'd like to wait and see what he does first of all. And some news here about Luis Maximiano. So an under-23 goalkeeper has now officially signed for Lazio. I think this has been rumoured for the last few days, so anybody that was a holder of Maximiliano, left Granada now, will obviously be happy of this move, and his price has certainly gone up on the news. I think he's going to score really well at Lazio if he is first choice, which looks to be the case, and of course he's got the under-23 utility as well, but only until July 2023. So potentially a good pickup if you are after a Challenger Champion Europe goalkeeper. So another signing here for Besiktas, and the player that I've actually signed is this clue here. If we click on it, is Mesut Ozil. Previously, obviously, the Arsenal player was a fantastic player for Arsenal. Now he has signed for Besiktas in the Turkish league. He was previously playing for Feyenoord, but wasn't really getting many minutes for them. Now, if we look at his scores when he was getting some game time, as you can see, he is capable of some high scores. Now, if we can get first team football at Besiktas, then I think he's going to do really well. He is only still 33 as well, so he's still potentially got the ability to get some good scores on Sorare and put in some good performances for his new club. He's also been granted with a contract until the end of next season as well. So we'll see how he gets on. But for these prices, it's looking a pretty decent bet for me. Next up, another player that I've had my eye on actually due to the pre-season friendlies where he's been scoring some goals for Ghent. He has now moved on to Sint-Truidense. And when he was last getting first team football for Ghent in the Belgian Pro League, he scored over 20 goals. So that is something to consider, and I think this guy is probably going to get first team football at his new club and potentially score a lot of goals as well. Now at the moment it's going for a cheap looking 19 for his limited and around 230 for his rare. And if we look at some of his scores, now obviously this is the period where he has been injured and not been playing for Ghent unfortunately. But if we look at all his scores, we can see when he was getting first team football in this period here, where he scored 32 goals when he was previously getting some football. So it could be a really good punt for the new season for his new club. So it looks like Monaco have signed Borussia Mönchengladbach's Breel Embolo. Now I think this is going to be a good move for Embolo. I would say that the French league is probably an easier league than the German league. Sorry, any French viewers. And I think that Embolo is really going to flourish at his new club. He's already started to show some really good promise that has been shown since he was a youngster, Embolo, and he had a fantastic season last time for Mönchengladbach. Now I expect him to continue that form and perhaps even improve on that form at his new club. He's going for around 66 at the moment for his limited and around 498 on auction for his rare. Now he did get some decent scores, as I say, at Mönchengladbach, and in the last year he scored 11 goals and 5 assists. So another viable option. Now news here that Flamengo have now signed Arturo Vidal. I think this was previously rumoured for him to be moving from Inter Milan, and it looks like he now has officially signed. Now, Alexis Sanchez has always also been linked to Flamengo. He was, of course, the teammate of Vidal at Inter, so we'll see if anything develops there. But I think this is going to be a good move for Vidal. If he can get some first team football, he should do fairly well on the Sorare scoring matrix as well. As you can see from his graph, he's not getting many minutes here. He was mainly used as a sub. But in some games where he did get 90 minutes, we can see here, or some more regular minutes, he was getting some decent scores in this period here, where he had 4 games here where he played around 90 minutes. So he is potentially a consideration in the Brazilian league. So next up one is confirmed transfer from Fabrizio Romano now, and that is that Lisandro Martinez has now signed for Manchester United. I'm happy about this because I'm obviously a United supporter, but I don't think the card holders of Martinez are going to be particularly happy about this move. I don't expect him to score as well at Manchester United as he was at Ajax, but he's still a fantastic player, and you never know, he can still get some really decent scores at Manchester United if they can improve this season. So another goalkeeper news here, and that is that Thomas Strakosha has now signed for Brentford. Now I've not looked too much into this, I don't know if he's going to be first choice, but judging again by his price, I would say that he's potentially got that chance to be the first choice at Brentford. He's obviously a really good keeper, so he could be a good choice for the Champion Europe division. And the final transfer rumour this week is that MN have now signed German goalkeeper Ulrich Schlagel, who was previously playing for Utrecht, but he did leave them at the end of his contract because he wasn't getting first team football, and he was after first team football. So I think there's probably a good chance that he could be the first choice at his new club MN, who of course have just been recently promoted from the Holland Division 2. Now it's a card that I bought quite a while back now for around £200 because I did read up on the news that he was wanting to get first team football next season, and he is only 26 as well, so I thought it was a good pickup. That's certainly coming to fruition now for me, and I'm hoping that it will be first choice at men, and his price has certainly gone up on the news. But he could be one of the cheaper goalkeepers available if he was after a Challenger Europe goalkeeper. So that was all the news for this week over the last 7 days, transfers and favourable transfers as well. If you did like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up using the link below to get 13 common cards and a free limited card. Also join my Patreon where you're going to get all the latest transfer news on a almost daily basis, and all the pre-season action as well, and plenty of scouting on there, plenty of player selections as well. So do check that out if you've not done so already, with a link in the description. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.